besides the point. Alright, so got the Robin whistle. It's a little late, but since Whistle's gonna keep being deployed for a bit, it's still gonna be useful. Robin Sully C is that's kind of desirable for the same reason that Viren is desirable for Fred. You're getting extra strength, extra speed, more skill never hurts, and of course extra deep. And it also allows for a mobility strat where Robin can piggyback off of Sully's 7th move further into enemy territory in Chapter 3. However, we may or may not end up using that strat, because if you thought Chapter 2 was a little bit crazy for having such a deep variance in openings, well, it wasn't even a deep variance, but just the openings completely changed the way formations went. Here there's a ton of openings, although I guess there's a couple that I favor more than anything else. Yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. Your art's far from crappy. Alright, so unfortunately for Stull, he's not as useful as Muriel, so he's gonna get benched here. Let's see. You want Sully to take the Iron Lance. Red will want the Sully's Wandering back. He might be taking some more than a few hits to the chin. Let's see, aside from that, I think we're more or less distributed how we want. Usually I don't change up the formation because you have a lot of time to just do whatever. So I'll go ahead and save that. So let's see what we got here. We got no counter on the knight. Win a plus with advantage, that's a little worrisome. Fred's gonna end up getting smacked by that. Though he'll have kill him. So Fred pick up 9 up, so he'll be looking at 13 damage. 13, 21. So the enemies will see. Yeah, the archers are only see 27. That's almost a kill on him, but I guess that's another thing I should have mentioned before. The enemies don't know that they have Luna Plus. So you may have heard from people that the computer basically, if they've got enough guys in range to kill someone, they'll map it out and just dogpile. The AI, when it does that, it doesn't factor in the plus. So this archer here, he'll look at Fred and go, oh, I'm only gonna do 3 damage. I should target Robin instead. Even after, I mean, they also adjust too, so you still have to be careful of an plus. Because if, say, no one else was in range of, say, the back guy, and he had the Lunatic instead, and he hit Fred and brought him down within killing range of this guy. Instead of him running out to attack someone else, he can go, oh, well, I can kill Fred now, finish Fred off. Things to look out for on this side. The knight here, if he has Luna Plus, that's pretty awful. The archer, if he has Luna Plus, that's pretty dicey too. That can be somewhat mitigated by having Fred fight him with a javelin on the way in, but if the front soldier also has counter, that can create problems in doing that. So here we're actually going to use the variation that makes use of Sully. So let's see, here, we usually have Muriel with Sumia, because Sumia gives Muriel enough speed to double the knight. And if things are getting a little bit tight, like if enemies have a lot of Aegis in this, sometimes that can really make the difference, because the knight otherwise has a stupid amount of defense compared to pretty much anyone who's not Robin or Fred. Like even Chrome with the rapier will do fairly minimal damage. So we trade Fred for Javelin. You give him kill, because we want Fred to be able to tank well. And quite frankly, no one else makes good use of the Javelin as Fred with his high weapon rank and great strength. Basically, Virian's being used as bait again. Sometimes what happens, if we assume this guy has counter, positioning Virian here will cause the enemy formation to shift a little bit, and some enemies will move down along this row. They'll kind of get in each other's way, and the archer will end up out front. And that's kind of the most surefire way to deal with the archer having Luna Plus, because then Fred can safely duel him and just keep backing up until he's either dead or in a position where it's potentially easier to remove him. It won't necessarily be viable all the time, especially if the archer also has Purvis to go with that Luna Plus. It's always worth a try. So in this case, what we do here is the two most common strats are you lure here with Robin, which in this case that would be pretty deadly because we're facing two Lunapuses. If this guy were to have counter, it would also be kind of iffy. So instead we go on the attack here, and we have Robin soften this guy up, and possibly get dual strikes from Sully. Generally it doesn't matter unless Robin's got really terrible magic rolls. Or I guess if Robin happens to whiff, Sully having a chance to kind of make up that damage is nice. we do that, Fred swings in this way. If this guy's really a lot of health, sometimes what I do is I take the Iron Lance. The Bronze Lance might have been a bit better, but Iron's probably an okay compromise. Now, if this guy has pass or not, it kind of determines how close he can get. In this case, we can push pretty far in. 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Heard a strange sound, wasn't sure what it was. Turns out it was the cat. But she wasn't wrecking anything or anything, so yeah. Anyway, Vake's usually in position to help bail Buran out in case the enemies do come south. Alright. So hopefully I've computed this correctly and it doesn't block in my face. Yeah, okay, these guys the archers are trying to duel out Robin, who can definitely survive. Fred is probably priority for healing here. Soon I don't go up on the desk. Stay here. So let's see. We're going to finish this guy off with Fred. This guy out with Robin. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. The knight ends up like body blocking these guys, and then the archer is out front. In this case, it doesn't really help us, but if we had the problematic setup, it would. So we go here. Because we want Melissa to take Muriel so that she can get maximum amount of healing on Fred. Tron's gonna take Sully and we'll trade the key to Sully. Oops. And then separate so that we can join after her. Separate them. Let's see. Ooh, that guy's kinda nasty. one heal might not be enough. Even with the 12 D6, we need to be able to survive 21. So 22 health. Yeah, we'll need a double heal. I think I might use vulneraries just because. Everyone needs to be a well, let's see. Fred can probably afford to. Wait for a second. These guys can't reach, so what we can do is we can delay the archer a little bit by going here. And since the archer's only going to deal 3 damage, we don't need to heal. If we were facing a Winna plus archer, we definitely would want to heal that. Oh nice, Kelm's on the ball. Alright, so now what we do is we reach for the door with Sumia. And I usually do Sumia because sometimes, not very often anymore because this is a pretty set way to learn them. Sometimes your arrangement makes it so that we can't kill the knight, we're kind of boxed in. Someone needs to be out front and possibly take an archer hit. And obviously Sumia can't do that, so Sully is usually the one that's standby in case she needs to soak that hit. So comes with rapier, so we got a semi-decent chance of this guy just plain dying before he gets a chance to deal damage to us. But I mean, Crom's often noisy bum like that. So that's why I have to make sure we can survive. That's a problem. Let's go. So he doesn't have pass. So just kind of just demonstrate how we might deal with this. Actually, no, that'll get. So we can't necessarily kill it now. I kind of messed up the positioning. Basically what we do is we go here, and then if I hadn't positioned Melissa there, Melissa could go here to heal Fred. Instead what we'll do is we'll just go back up here, and put him out of range. This is normally otherwise what we do, which just puts us barely out of range of the enemy. And then what we want to do is have Fred unequipped here, because unless we're running really low on tomes and the enemy doesn't have a lot of counter, we don't really want him to do much here. Just because, again, we're trying to funnel experience into Robin. And we kind of already lost a punch in Chapter 2 because of Miriam's tactics, so we need to make up for that a little bit here. So what's going to happen is the knight's going to come up and attack, and then the archer's going to attack. So we want to get rid of the knight as fast as possible, because even without Winna plus, Fred's going to take quite a bit of damage. Unless Callum is on the ball again. Why can't I get this many dual guards in my actual runs? Alright, so let's see. Next, I think the soldier on the bottom is gonna come in first. But I'm never quite sure, so if one of them has counter and I'm trying to conserve tomes, it doesn't matter. I play it safe and don't equip Fred. So what we're gonna do here, I want to make sure that Rob is topped up. And just to make sure, usually if I'm shifting guys around like this, to make sure that I don't forget about pass or anything, I usually separate out the back line, make sure everything's still body blocked. Yeah, I suppose I should have mentioned that. Pass can still mess this up, so you want to make sure you have enough units in the right place to jam all this up. And generally, the order has to be Fred, Robin, and then basically anyone else, really. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I was right. The bottom soldier comes in. So we try to kill him. Crom's not cooperating too much. We use one loader. We might be able to get away with not using any more after that, but we'll see. As you can see, Fred gets wailed on, although Kellum is dual guarding again. So yeah, we probably will be able to get away with it. Actually, I suppose it depends on how helpful Crom is with this Aegis Plus guy. Well, you tried, you really tried. Alright, we'll probably need to use one more. Fred and Keller are on the ball. I don't know what Crom is doing. Well, I guess he's trying. He's just whiffing all those dual strikes that he does get. Alright, so now what happens is, for whatever reason, this mercenary is kind of last in the pecking order for attacking, despite having more attack than the soldiers. I'm not entirely sure why. Usually the mercenaries go around the same time as axe guys would, and axe guys go first. So I don't know why the soldiers are preempting it. I mean, the knight makes sense because the knight just has a crap ton of attack. But yeah, I don't know, the mercenary kind of gets go last, so what's gonna happen is this archer's gonna attack Robin and die, and then the mercenary will go after Fred. Like so. I don't know why it's like that. It's like any other chapter, the sword guys will go right after the axe guys. Alright, so what we're gonna do here, conserve uses is we're gonna make sure we have so 17, and we have, okay, 17's way overkill, so we'll trade, crossword front, heal. And we'll back up Fred. They make the mercenary attack Robin. And he's just suiciding, especially if he whiffs like that. Man, this would have been excellent luck for a real run. Especially with 13 beef. Like, holy crap. So next what we want to do here is we're setting up for more transfer pair shenanigans. So we want to be able to strike at the enemy and then just bug out. This will let us reposition and just overall get a better footing on the battle. And we want the Dort key on the cavalry because Robin's going to be fighting, so we want units that will actually be able to reach the door. Ooh, that's kind of ugly. Counter rate is plus on that mark. I'll just pause. Okay, so despite how this looks, this is actually the safest pull in probably most of the game. It's really time intensive if you do it the super safe way. And I think I might have to. I'm not 100% sure what to do with this mark. So let's see. Yeah, I'll only do 12. I don't want to do that much counter damage back to myself. Especially okay, we're gonna have to give kills to Fred, but we can get him here. So do that. Normally Robin attacks from here, but if things are too dangerous, Robin either stays back, or if this mark is weak enough, Robin will go here to wear the mark, and then Fred goes here with a javelin to force the archer to fight him. In this case, none of that's happening, but it's something to keep in mind if you need to shuffle things. So what we do here is Fred mashes these enemies. You'll notice the mercs are just doing terribly against Fred because they lose 4 attack, and then Fred has 19 beat with Calvin. Alright, so now we go here. And with the shenanigans, we can get Fred out of danger. I suppose Fred probably, well, yeah, if he'd run back on his own, he could still get attacked a bunch. However, Robin it's more important for her, because Fred can kind of tank it out if necessary. Anyway, so now we want to try to pick this guy up if we can. Nice. Come on, Chrome. Yeah, that's what we want. Oops. Did that by habit, but I feel like the enemies just kind of line up, so not a lot to see in the movement there. This is a little bit out of the ordinary. Usually when we're pulling that mark where we're obviously wanting to kill him, but more than anything else, we're trying to kill this archer because he causes problems. But in this case, oddly enough, we ended up with no problems because of him. So we'll just end up going here, like so. These guys are kind of tightly packed. Well, let's find. Let's see what happens. Well, what's gonna happen is we're gonna face tank it there. Yeah, did someone ping me, didn't they? Oh. Yeah, chapter 5 is still a bit of a problem chapter. However, I think I've made a revision a little bit later on. I can potentially make it safer. Because I won't need to use certain resources later, but I don't want to spoil the surprise until I do another actual run with the strategy. So, yeah, chapter 5 will probably be safer, same with 6. And 7 will still be almost the same, just mostly largely dependent on how many elixirs I can save. Yeah, somehow we're a defense asset without being defense asset. Alright, so a little interesting thing here. Because of like these woods, they seem to be kind of randomly placed at first glance, but look what this can do for us. This guy can't reach this tile. However, this guy can. So we can isolate this archer and make him fight us. And that's part of why I want off that first archer, because if the first archer is still around, even if he gets kind of bunched up by the other guys, he'll be able to target this square as well, and we won't necessarily be able to survive fighting 2 archers in a row, especially after possibly tanking other things. So it's something that needs to be considered. Yeah, we might as well give her the boost for it too. What we'll do here is I want to make this escapable here. So. And it ends up not being necessary because Chrome is suddenly on the ball. What I'm gonna do here, because I know I can get away with it, you won't necessarily be able to get away with it during a standard chapter 3 run, but sometimes the safest, easiest way is just the most direct one. There you go. Nuke him down. And there's there's only one way to approach Robin, so you just have, even if it's a counter merc, you have an unequipped Fred just buddy block the square so that Robin can't be attacked. And then Mark thinking he's all tough attacking like that. Let's do that. And this way it ensures that Robin picks up the kill. Actually, yeah, let's not put kill. Do that. Now we don't even need to use the 20s. Oh, nice level for it. 1 hit point. Clearly the level of champions. So now we whack him with that. Now, since we didn't really get to do it, I'm going to outline it. I'm sure quite a few people have seen me do it in the last few runs. What you can do, if the enemy's kind of got a solid cluster of skills that seem impenetrable, what you do is you open the store here, and you can run wings around this area. And what happens is, because you've got 7 move units and they only have at most 5, and then you can use separate to gain an additional square on top of that. You can eventually catch up to them from behind. So what you can do is you can keep pushing around, gaining ground until eventually 1, maybe 2 enemies from the back will reverse. And you keep doing this, peeling the enemies off until basically there's nothing left. It takes a while though, which is why I say it's probably one of the safest strats in the game, but man does it take a long time. But yeah, I'm talking probably adding at least 15 minutes to the chapter 3. Which is kind of unfortunate. And why I usually go and I develop the strats to fight around the woods and pick guys off. It's not always viable, especially if there's a lot of counter. But in this case, it's generally pretty doable. But I will say that using those strategies, you have to be really careful what you do, because even if the enemy skills look like they'll work for it, sometimes the positioning can be tricky. Yeah, let's see what we got for Rami. She's got Aegis Plus, so she might sandbag us a little bit. And we'll see that. So we want to basically maximize our damage output here, especially since we may be running super low on tome uses. Usually the hammer is a semi-decent backup plan. Fred's not going to have a very good hit with it, so I would generally advise against relying. So try to make sure you've got, I don't know, I'd say 4 or 5 uses for a non-Aegis Plus Rami, and probably 8 uses if she does have Aegis Plus. So now we can go here. So yeah, we got 16 listed crit. Crom's gonna have I think a little bit of listed crit, but he's gonna have effective damage with the rapier. Yeah, he does have the rapier equipped. So, yeah, let's see how this plays out. Oh, that's great. We did basically nothing. Oh, there we go. There's the crit. And Crom finishing it with a rapier crit. Sure. And 15 deep. Because why not? So yeah, that doesn't really outline everything, but hopefully that explains my more common strategies when it comes to Chapter 3.